and welcome back to Let's Play Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. Last time we learned that Laharl had a very embarrassing photo of him taken, and this time we're going to head deeper into Jotunheim, where the paparazzo told Laharl he'd be waiting for him. It's probably a trap, but hey, what's the fun in traps if you don't blunder into them? So, yeah, here's my team. Not too different from last time. Lucille got a couple levels because I fielded her in the item world. And I also bought some new armor for a few of my teammates, but money is actually pretty scarce in this game, so I ran out fairly quickly, so not everyone has new stuff. Also, item world did a few stuff, so my best attackers are even more strong. So that's fun. Let's start the next map.
What a cute little boy. Ah! Laharl, why are you screaming?
I don't know why, but for some apparent reason I can't stand women with sexy bodies. On a side note, flat-chested girls like you have absolutely no effect on me.
Well, excuse us for being flat.
You're...
It has been a while, Prince. Do you still remember me?
How could I forget you? You're Medeiros, the vassal who was banished from the castle for stealing my old man's favorite snack, black pretzels.
Now that's what I call pathetic.
So, black pretzel snatcher slash outcast, what is it that you want from me now?
I wish to become overlord, of course.
What a joke! What could you, a pathetic loser banished for stealing pretzels, possibly do to me?
Stop talking so tough, Prince. I know all of your weaknesses. Isn't that right, Etna?
Etna, you?
You just realized it. Fool! Yes, Etna is my loyal dog. As long as I hold her memory in my hands, she'll do whatever I ask.
Etna?
Now, dear Prince, this place shall become your grave. Etna, you've served your purpose. I am quite pleased with the results. Now die alongside your prince.
But we had a deal! What about my memory?
What use are memories to you when you are about to die?
It all makes sense now. No wonder he knew my weaknesses. You took those photos too, didn't you?
Laharl, it was only because that demon stole her memory.
Silence! I accept no excuses from a traitor! Stop blabbering and get these sexy women out of my sight!
So, excuse me, that was bad. So it looks like the secret that Etna was keeping this whole time is that she was actually betraying Laharl and giving away his weaknesses to the former vassal Medeiros. Ugh, I am all over the place today. And, but Medeiros betrayed her in turn, and Etna got nothing. However, Etna seems to remember quite a bit, so I have to wonder what memory Medeiros actually took from her. Had to be pretty important. So this map is a bit of a unique one. As you can see, the entire field effect is covered in invincibility. Now I've mentioned before that Guts' Geochange ability can get rid of negative geo effects and replace them with potentially better ones. That doesn't work in story maps, it only works in the item world. But you can do it in story maps on your second playthrough, which can produce some interesting results, but nothing particularly amazing. So I'm just creating a tower right here because we need to get rid of this invincibility effect. Get all my characters out. And a Hogmiser, just because. The reason I'm using my characters to create this tower rather than any of my thieves is because... since the area is covered in an invincibility effect, I don't have to worry about anyone dying as long as I don't remove the geo effect before the turn is over. And also, once I remove the geo effect, I'd have all those thieves out here and they would get slaughtered by these enemies. And that uses up my dispatch spots, so I don't want to do that. Now this is actually a fairly interesting map for grinding. One thing that I've never mentioned in this game is that you can throw enemies on top of each other, and that adds their levels together, making some pretty powerful enemies if you do it enough. And there hasn't really been much reason to do this, but on this map, as you can see, it's covered in an invincibility effect, save for this one square where you're supposed to throw the geo panel. You could create a super powerful enemy and then throw it onto the geo panel, and as long as your levels are enough to chip away at it until it goes down, you can kill it and get a lot of experience for it. And it's not that tough because the HP of that enemy will be what it was for whichever enemy took precedent when they got fused together like that. I believe it's the highest level enemy that takes precedence, or at least the one with the best stats. Failing that, maybe it's the one who's has the enemy thrown into them rather than being thrown onto. But yeah, that's a grinding option if you wish to do that. This is also a pretty decent place for weapon grinding, because you can have your characters attack and constantly counter each other, and build up your weapon levels that way. So, let's begin the slaughter. Although, I suppose slaughter isn't quite the word for this, because these enemies are actually quite strong. Can I get Delta Split? Yes I can! Oh, whoops! I'm an idiot. Luckily this shouldn't kill Flan. Well, there's me being an idiot. I wasn't paying attention. Oh well. Had that killed Flan, that would have been really bad. For reasons we'll get into much later in the game. Well, this enemy isn't resistant to magic, so may as well have Lucille get some in. I might have to get Flan out of there, because she is in a pretty bad spot. Well, that's the kind of quality somebody comes to a Let's Play in order to see, so I suppose it worked out. Anyways, I'll have my cleric top her off. Get some mileage out of her. Ooh, that's pretty low. And again, she is only like level 3. Alright.
Yeah. See ya.
I also got Etna, an item-worlded spear. Not quite as strong as the one I gave to Laharl, his sword, but better than what she had before, and it's got a few specialists on it, so that's good. HP is too high, so I want to get the guaranteed kill. Actually, you know what? This would be a good chance to show this ability off. Dark Cannon. I haven't had much reason to show this one off, and I won't be using it too much, but it's an interesting ability. You deploy a cannon and go into the shooter view, and you can use it to chip away at enemies for you, or even kill them if you so desire. Oh, you gotta be careful though, because you can be caught in its blast. The way its shots go does factor in positioning of characters, and your shots can hit your own allies. And also, after you deploy it, once it's done, it becomes a neutral NPC and can attack your party members. On the plus side, it'll draw the attacks of some of these enemies. For some reason, enemies in Disgaea games prioritize neutral targets over your own party members. And I think the reasoning for that might be because specialists are flagged as neutral enemies, and they like to destroy those to annoy you. So that's why they'll prioritize the Dark Cannon. Well, let's attack the correct enemies this time. Haven't had too many opportunities to use Dark Flash. And where can I... Not like that. But, oh, actually, why didn't I see this before? This is a way better place to use it anyway. It's nice to be able to use a skill like that so early in the game. If you just wait to get enough SP through pure leveling for that skill, you'll be at it for a while, because it takes quite a bit of time.
Out of my way!
So you guys will forget about how I just attacked one of my own party member with one of my own attacking skills, right? Nobody's gonna hold that over me, will they? Will they? Oh well. This isn't a good Let's Play unless you have some weird or silly thing happen just based on your own error. What's the bonuses for this stage? Yeah, this is a good time to have my cleric fielded. I need her to get some experience eventually, so she'll get some more healing spells. In particular, I want... Okay, so I've never known how to pronounce the spell's name. It's Espoir, E-S-P-O-I-R, and I'm not exactly sure if that's the correct way to pronounce it, like if it's Espoir, Espoir, Espoir. Actually, if someone could go over that for me and tell me how it's pronounced, I would actually really appreciate it. I gotta remember that these guys are weak to fire. A good chance to use Blazing Knuckle a bit. And Colossal Fissure will take this one out. I should really check the bonuses more often, because I tend to miss when there's like good experience bonuses that'll help out my weaker party members. Ooh, I hope I can get bonus 1 before this is over. Probably not though, because I don't really have... I suppose I could throw the invincibility panel back on and do that, but that's really tedious to watch. Well, that map didn't go as smoothly as it could have gone, but it was a thing. And everyone gets a nice additional 200 experience points. That'll help out some of my less proficient at killing party members. And let's start the next map. Ice Queen.
You don't know when to give up, do you, Prince? But your luck ends here.
Hi there, little boy.
That's not all. Take this!
A ray of hope. A pure heart.
Stop it!
Can you withstand an attack against both of your vulnerabilities?
Laharo, hang in there.
Whoa! Hold it right there! When a lovely flower sheds a tear, I am there to wipe its sadness away. My flower shall bloom bearing love. They call me the Dark Adonis.
Who are you? What is your name?
As I said, I am the Dark Adonis.
I don't care who you are. Interfere, and you shall regret it.
My! You are the one who asked moi for my name. In any case, I am not here to see you. Now then, how is everyone doing? You seem to be having some difficulty.
What are you here for?
Oh, how can you be so discourteous to moi? You seem to be working your way into quite a predicament. As your rival, I felt it was my obligation to warn you.
Warn me?
Laharl, do not be fooled by appearances. Relying on sight and sound will only lead to delusion. Open your mind's eye. Once you do, you will no longer be deceived by mere facades.
My mind's eye?
Now is the time to set your mind free. Awaken to your power.
Mr. Midboss? That was a wonderful speech and all, but I think you may have set the bar a bit too high for Laharl.
Oh, in that case, just close your eyes and plug your ears.
Now I have no weaknesses. The tides have turned, Medeiros.
Etna, what are you waiting for? Kill Laharl! If you refuse, I'll erase your memory for good.
Go ahead, why don't ya?
What?
2 years ago, when the king died, I followed your orders and poisoned the prince. So that you would give me back my memories.
What? You tried to poison me? Then that long nap was all because of...
Your ears are plugged, yet you still managed to hear that one line?
That's right. It was because of the poison. But I hated myself for working under Medeiros. I didn't want to go on living like that. So, I devised a plan to escape from under his thumb.
Then, why have you been following my orders until now?
You mean it's not clear to you? Let me explain it then. I was waiting for just the right moment to get my revenge on the bastard who ruined my life. From now on, I'll lead my life any way I choose, and no one's gonna stop me.
How dare you turn against me, you double-crossing backstabber!
The whining of a sore loser.
It's music to my ears!
Damn it! Brinnies, make mincemeat out of her!
Dude.
Brinnies?
You don't get it, do you? I just told you that I've been waiting for this moment. I bought out the prinnies you hired to watch over me a long time ago. Comprende? You're just a stupid fool who fell for my trap, and the prince was my bait.
Using me as bait? You're one ruthless girl.
Oh, friends, don't flatter me so much. It's not like Blonde or Midboss were part of the plan.
Women are scary.
From this day on, you're gonna pee in your pants every time you hear my name. You ready?
Okay, so it looks like Etna had her own plan on her side, although poor Laharl was still just a patsy in it all. So, let's see what we've got here. A bunch of more succubi, some slightly stronger succubi, a golem, and Medeiros himself. So, let's get to work. Try not to put Flan to sleep this time. So, the song you're hearing right now is called The Invasion Within, I believe, by a band called Tsunami Bomb, and they're most notable for having this particular song featured in this game. I've never heard of them outside of this game. If you're playing any other version of the game, the PSP or DS version, this song is not in the game due to licensing issues with the song and who had the rights to it at the time being kind of a wonky thing. This game was originally published by Atlas, and I believe they still retain the rights to use the song within the game, and Nippon Ichi just didn't feel like resolving all that. So they just replaced the song with something else. So this isn't too tough of a fight, but a slightly tedious one due to the odd layout making it hard to get to the enemies.
Here I come!
I'll say, Laharl's doing quite well for having his eyes closed and his ears plugged. I don't know if it happened in the last map. Maybe Laharl had a status penalty in that one. The game didn't specifically say it, but he might have. I wasn't really paying attention. Mostly because you had to take a little bit of time to take out the invincibility effects, so there wasn't really any time to notice. Alright, this is going pretty well. Guess I'll have Hogmiser go around the side. Do I have any shoes I can give him real quick? As a matter of fact, I do. You know what? You can actually re-equip someone and then cancel their action and reap the benefit of that boosted move. So that's nice. That was kind of a dangerous position to put Fu in, but yeah, it's not a big deal if she gets taken out. Got 8 other characters in position. But she's got good defense and plenty of HP, so it all worked out. Guess I'll use Colossal Fissure. Start pelting this one with some ranged attacks. When your range is too good and you have trouble hitting what you want to hit. Have Etna and Laharl start heading towards Hogmiser. Can I give Laharl a shield buff from all the way over here? Nope, don't have enough levels with the skill. I suppose this is an okay time to go over special skill levels while we're not doing too much. You may have noticed that whenever you use a skill, it gains a little bit of experience in that gauge. And when that gauge fully fills out, the skill levels up. And when a skill levels up, it increases its power and its SP cost. And the way it increases it is it increases it by 5.5% per level, and also multiplies the SP cost by that much. And when I say it multiplies it, or I suppose I should say multiplies it by like 5.5%, or perhaps just say multiplies it by 5.5% and then adds that value. Percentages are a tricky thing, is the thing. But anyways, it does that to the current power and cost, so each level for a skill actually makes it much more powerful than the last. So, let's start setting up a combo on Medeiros here. Medeiros himself is not too strong. Let's take a look at his stats. Yeah, so decently powerful, but doesn't really have that many skills. Not a huge thing to worry about. I'm probably playing right into his hand by setting my characters up like this, but whatever. I like to throw caution to the wind. As a thing to say about magic skills, when they level up, their power does not increase, just their range and area of effect, and that eventually caps out, at which point the levels become completely pointless. Braveheart and the other buffing skills in particular, they never get any more effective than they already are, they just always increase by static values. Alright. Oh, that was a pretty lame skill, actually. Medeiros, you kinda suck. Actually, hit them with the Braveheart first. So, Hurricane Slash, Mega Fire, saying out the skills names to fill out the commentary, and then execute. This should do some pretty good damage, I would hope. So, unlike previous fights, I'm gonna let Etna get the kill for this one if I can, just to be, you know, thematically appropriate. Or not necessarily thematically, but, you know, story-wise appropriate. Oh, now he's running scared. I guess he's realized that he can't win and is trying to delay the inevitable. Time to drop dead, Medeiros. Oh, come on. Okay. They'll both kill him. Just wasn't as epic as I would have hoped. Alright, let's watch the next cutscene.
Forgive me. Please spare my life. I beg you.
What should I do?
Forgive me, oh Master Etna. Your strength, beauty, and intelligence are unsurpassed in all the netherworld.
Well, killing a loser like you would only dirty my hands, so I'll forgive you. You know what I want, right?
Yes. I will return Master Laharl's candid photos immediately, as well as your memory. I'll return everything.
Phew. That settles that, doesn't it, Prince?
No, it doesn't. You tried to poison me in my sleep. You used me as bait for your revenge. What kind of vessel are you?
But Laharl!
But I don't mind that side of you. A true demon is always full of ambition and aims for the top. As king, I'll need a right-hand demon like you under my command.
Prince.
Listen up. I'm gonna work you into the ground. You better be prepared for it.
You better be prepared. I'll be watching your every move. If you don't prove yourself worthy of the throne, an accident may happen.
You can take my place if that happens.
Don't worry, I will.
That's strange. Laharl and Etna reconciled, despite all that's happened. I don't understand it, but I guess demons have their own way of expressing love. I'm really surprised. I have never experienced anything like this before in Celestia.
Hey, wait! Everyone! Are you not forgetting someone?
Hi, everybody. I'm Etna. I'm a first grader at Netherworld Elementary.
You look and act like a first greater, that's for sure.
My dream is to become a witch, so I can get a cute boyfriend.
Boyfriend? That's dumb.
Lovely. Sexy. Hey! No touching! Boys of the world, be my loyal slaves!
Who'd want to touch you?
Next on Evolutionary Magical Girl Etna, Episode 6, Curfew One! Get ready to be spellbound!
Aren't you embarrassed to say something like that?
Not at all.
So, Etna and Laharl have reconciled their differences. Not really differences, the fact that she betrayed him and almost got him killed. And she continues to be a member of our party. And if you saw there, we also got a new party member in Medeiros. Medeiros is just like Hogmiser, a unique variant on a generic monster class who joins us, and is a decent crutch as a character, as he's a bit stronger than your average party members at this point. But I think that's enough for this part. So we'll call it here, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, have a nice day.